All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to another Cherry Audio live stream. I'm your host, Cameron, also known as Venus Theory, and I'm rocking my Voltage Modular shirt because there is no PS-20 shirt yet. So maybe one day. But we are going to be checking out the new PS-20 synthesizer from Cherry Audio today. This is inspired by the Korg MS-20, but it's got a lot of new stuff and a couple new options and abilities that make it a bit more friendly than the original. So we are going to be playing with the demo track for the PS-20, and we're going to add some new sections to it, and I guess just kind of make some music here for about an hour and see what we can get out of it. So let's hop into the session, and I guess first off, I will maybe give this another minute for people to show up, but we will walk through this demo track really quick, just take a listen to it and see what it sounds like, and then we'll start adding some new sections and some new sounds to it. So it looks like we got Jason, we got a couple other people joining in, it looks like, so welcome everybody. We'll give this just another minute, and then we'll get started. Always got to have your stream coffee ready to keep that energy up, am I right? So yeah, this is going to be all about PS-20, but maybe we'll break out something else as well. I'm not totally sure yet, but I think we'll try and keep it all to PS-20 because surprisingly, most of the elements in this track are actually the PS-20, like drums, synths, and everything. So, all right, looks like we got people showing up. Let's get this party started and dive right in here to the demo track. So we're going to give this a play just to listen through it. Basically, it's just a super short track, and I figured we could extend it by like one or two more sections and play with the PS-20 a little bit, maybe make some patches or just tweak a couple presets on the fly, because this thing's pretty easy to make a lot of music with. So the demo track here, there's not too much to really talk about. It's made up of kind of an intro section using only 3 instances of the PS-20. The drums and a lot of the effects for PS-20 as well, the hi-hats, these kind of noise wash cymbals, all PS-20. The kick drum was PS-20, and I think even maybe the snare. No, I think, okay, so I replaced the snare and a clap with some samples, but most of the other drums are actually the PS-20 as well, except for one other sampled hat layer that may or may not have been PS-20 at some point. So let's take a listen to this whole thing and then start making some tracks with it. Well, some new parts to this track with it, rather. Cool. So that's really it, because the reveal track only is 60 seconds. So I figured we could probably bring out another section here and maybe even just try and turn this into a full track even, because I don't think that would be too crazy difficult. So let's just drag this kind of out of the way. So that's the ending. Let's just copy over this whole section and start doing some stuff, I guess. I don't know what this layer is. I deactivated it, so it must have been important at some point. I wonder if we could kind of start here. Oh, I think I was trying to layer the bass with that, maybe. Let's see what that sounds like. Maybe we could just turn that into the next section here. Okay, so that's not bad. That was like an earlier version of the bass line, though. So, yeah, maybe let's just kind of play with that for a minute and see what we could do with that sound. So we've got this kind of arpeggiated thingy going on here. So maybe we could get rid of that for a minute. Or we could leave it and we could just change the arp to something else. So this is out of the key of F, it looks like. So let's maybe start improving with this sound. What have we got here? So this is fifth runner. Looks like I got one of my other tracks armed. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this has kind of a cool bouncing thing to it. Okay, so that's not bad. Let's work with that a little bit. That's the nice thing about, you know, having good presets in a synth is like usually you can just kind of pull up a preset, do a couple of quick things, and then you're done. So let's actually figure out how this preset is working really quick. So this is EG2 from the patch panel and the mod gen, and the mod gen is synced. And nothing is, or no, what have we got targeting the low pass filter here? The output of the source mixer, and this is coming from CV1. So we've actually got a sequence feeding into the mixer. So let's disable that by just turning that down and just use the mod gen. Get that up to 16ths. Okay, I think that's kind of a good starting point. Let's open up the filter a bit more and get a high pass, because I feel like that's going to overtake our bass too much. Actually, ooh, that could be kind of fun. So we've got a sequence set up here in this preset, but instead of targeting the low pass, because we disabled that here, let's actually target the high pass. So I guess we can just take these. What's this coming from? Envelope generator 2 and the sequence. So I'm just going to kill that, and then let's bring the sequence. Because that's CV1 going through the mixer, the output into the high pass cutoff. Let's increase the range. Just kind of get that screamy MS filtery stuff. Okay, right about there is sounding pretty cool. And we just got good low stuff going on here, so. Cool. Okay, that sounded pretty all right. Now let's layer that, and then we'll put the art behind that, I think. I can't remember that. That's kind of like the whole, that's like the melodic theme of this track. But I forgot how to play it. Okay, so that's coming out of. Okay, got it. Got it. This is why you should practice your instruments, folks. Okay, so I think that's cool, and we want to keep the melodic line simple because I want to get something a bit more complex coming out of the arpeggiated layer. So let's just roll that and kind of improvise here. Okay, except in order to make this track 60 seconds, I had to do a 12 bar section. So that's going to get a little bit goofy here. So let's just cut that off. Because musicians can only count to 4. Okay, now we've got nicer numbers that make me not have to think as hard. Okay, so we've got... All right, that sounded pretty okay, and let's do... maybe like a higher octave there. Something along those lines. Maybe. I think something like that would be cool. But let's maybe just tweak that sound a little bit and then change the arpeggiator pattern. So like da-da, da-da, da, da-da-da. Something like that. And then let's maybe do like a square wave. And let's see, is the mod gen doing anything? It's controlling the pulse width. I don't think it's doing anything else, though. So let's use that to play with the filter. That's actually a pretty cool sound. And then let's get some crunchy noise hitting the low pass filter. So let's do noise into mixer attenuverter, into cutoff frequency. Just for a bit of grit. And then it was getting mod from envelope generator 2. Well, is that what I want, or do I want more of a crunchy filter sound? Let's maybe scrap that idea for right now and just hear how this sounds, because I feel like this cuts a bit more. I think that's actually okay. Let's just increase this automation stuff really quick. Just want that decay to really open. So I'm using automation to control the decay there, so as the line goes on, the ARP just sounds bigger and bigger. Cool. All right, let's record that, and then maybe we'll do a bridge and then another section. All right, cool. Okay, so we need kind of a cool middle section here. So let's bring that fluttery pad thing from the intro back. What's the CPU use? It's actually not too terrible, unless you're getting lots of unison and stuff. But I mean, I'm running quite a few instances of it here and still chugging along. Like anything though, you know, if you get a bunch of super heavy unison and whatnot, you might run into something. But as a whole though, it should be pretty light. What else was I gonna do? So we've got that pad. Let's get this impact sound over here. Just to make that transition really... Go around again, kind of build it up. We'll grab the first 8 bars here. So we've got our midsection, 16. And then our outro. Okay, so what can we do to make this more interesting? Maybe there's like a cool pad we could... We can kind of fill that out a bit. You know what I think this really needs, though, is just more reverb. There we go. Okay, so let's try and fill out this midsection now. that's cool. That's just really loud. So I think that should be cool, and then we'll do like an ARP on top of it. And that should kind of fill that section out. Definitely got a little bit out of time there, but that's okay. We can fix that. It's starting to get somewhere, though. This is actually starting to sound pretty cool. Okay. Bump that over. Bump that over. I don't know if I like that chord at the end, though. I feel like we need that high F just to round that out. Cool. Now we should bring in our noise, swells, and impact stuff. All very technical terms. Maybe we could add a little bit of punch there, though, by just backing off on these transitions by, like, 2 beats. So maybe we'll just change that chord then, so we end on that high F, and we just kind of get rid of all of this stuff. That way we have a little bit more suspense. Ooh, that was actually kind of cool to have a big distorted thing there. Maybe we could just transition into something totally different. So we need to end on 48.3. Maybe we get like keys? Let's grab another PS-20 and find some keys. Yeah, let's try something. Not quite. Close, though. We could do that and layer it with the bells at the beginning. and add more reverb. And these are the sparkly bells, so let's try that. Sure. Oh, that was the absolute wrong track. There we go. Not my favorite melodic line ever, but close enough. Maybe we just get rid of the bells. I think that works better. The bells made it a little too corny, but they sound cool in the intro. So let's add some delay, like some sync delay. Maybe a lower octave there. I actually don't have that fancy of a computer. This is an old i7 and 32 gigs of RAM. Very, very small overclock. My computer can't handle overclocking that much. I'm trying to figure out what would pair better with that pad, but probably actually fine. So I'm gonna just make an executive decision here and say we're gonna recycle that ARP, but let's grab a quick filter. Just to make that a little bit more interesting to listen to in this section. maybe try something new with the basses here. Maybe there's a different bass sound we could use. Just for something totally different in this section. That might work. Okay, so that's cool, but it needs a little bit more. Maybe that'll be cool. Okay, so I'm digging that groove. So let's lay that down and then kind of work our way up from there, because there's something that's not quite it. There is an idea there. Just needs a little bit more bass. So I'm thinking we gotta dry it out here for some contrast. Something like that. High pass, and boom. Dun, dun, dun. Cool, okay, so now let's bring this like lead thing back. Okay, so maybe not. I really want to put just like generic like whoop whoop sirens in there, but no. Let's maybe try the ARP, because I really want the bass to be the focus in this section. Okay. Okay, so give me that sound again. But let's try and tweak it a little bit and do something a little more interesting. How about 2 octaves? And yeah, we'll kind of turn it into a lead. So let's do a couple offset things here in the arpeggiator. Okay, so that's cool. Are you going to release it? No. This is just kind of a for fun thing. This was the reveal song for the PS-20 that I made for the demo track on the Cherry Audio website and the release video, so we're just kind of expanding on that idea today. It is a fun track, though. This actually does bump pretty hard. How many points this slice EQ? If you're asking how many slice EQs I'm using, I'm actually not doing all that much post-processing. So it's, I don't know, ballpark, there's probably 10 EQs, 15 EQs in this project, maybe. Because a couple of these, though, they aren't really corrective. They're more kind of sound designery or just like getting rid of something. Yeah, only a handful of EQ. There's really not too much going on in terms of processing in the project other than the leads, and then the ARPs are really the only things that have a bunch of stuff going on. But really, I guess I didn't really need like the delay on the ARP. I could have just used the delay in the PS-20, but I think I was just doing kind of a stereo, like dual delay thing is what I wanted. And then there's a little wave shaper just to really make it bite, because the PS-20's got the distortion, but a couple sounds I just really wanted to be heavy. So what was I going to do here? So let's use this ARP as a new lead. I actually like that really short decay time, but let's bring... Oh, that was the wrong ARP sound, wasn't it? Yep, it was. Okay, so... But I did like the short decay time from that one. So 7 semitones gives us a fifth, right? Yep, okay. Drop the decay. And then, like... Oh, it's always so hard when you, like, I know what I'm hearing in my head. That's close. How about some more drive? Maybe some glide? Okay, but if we had too much drive, it doesn't sound as tight. So let's kill this echo and reverb. Okay, so this has too much feedback. So maybe we don't even need this delay device. And let's bring in just the effects. I think it's really the reverb that we need. Just add that. So maybe a touch of unison. Ooh, now we're kind of getting into like hard wave or like super cheesy trance. But that's kind of cool. I think we're on to something. Let's just try it here. Because we've only got about 15 minutes. So I got 15 minutes to finish a song. So we got to stop thinking and start doing. Okay, so that arpeggiated thing sounds dumb. So we're not going to do that. We're going to leave the arpeggiator, just not do the dumb thing. Maybe let's bring that delay back in. The sound is way too loud, though. And maybe... kind of go for like an acid thing, you know? That could kind of work. All right. Maybe bring that bass up. All right, let's just go for it. Sure. Maybe we need that ARP layer too. Yeah, okay, so let's bring that in the second half just to really kind of make this... Do we try and add a lead? Maybe. That's so corny. Okay, I feel like that was actually kind of neat. So second half, big lead thing, and then we're done. Something kind of weird's happening on the end there, but... I think I did something to one of the presets and now I busted it. Okay, but hey, close enough for rock and roll, I think, here. Maybe let's bring this ARP line in the first half of this just to fill it out. All right. Yeah? Don't think I need to do much else there. And we'll just kind of fix this fade out thingy, because that's way broken sounding. Okay. And in an hour, we completed a track, I guess. All right, let's give this bad boy a listen and see what we made using the PS-20 for everything except a few of the drums. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Not too bad outside of like some mixing stuff needing done. Like a little bit of leveling and automation work would need to happen here to really make this shine, but not bad for being done in like an hour. Excellent. That was fun. Maybe the middle section though. The middle section I think I could definitely do better on, but you know, I think for now that's probably good enough for me. So hey, I think that wraps everything up for this one, everybody. I hope you enjoyed hanging out and making some more music with the PS-20 and me. My name is Cameron, also known as Venus Theory. This has been a Cherry Audio extravaganza featuring the PS-20 making some music. And yeah, PS-20 is available right now, as with all the other Cherry Audio stuff. It's super affordable if you want to try it out and see what you can do with it. There's the free trial as well. It's polyphonic. The original was monophonic, so you can create those big, cool, like lush pad things or like unison arps or big, thick super saw leads. There's even stereo spreading options, so you can make these huge, wide sounds, which isn't really an MS-20 thing. And the patch panel has all sorts of fun, tweakable, patchable things for all of you who are into modular and semi-modular stuff. You can really push the PS-20 into some very weird sounds. And if you're not too into sounds or just want to make some music like we did here today, there's a gajillion presets ranging from leads and basses to arps and sound effects and some really wild stuff. And a lot of them can be used as is. A lot of the sounds in this track are just presets, and it's really easy to take a lot of these presets and tweak them and make them into something really usable, as we did a lot here today. I think that was all we did today, was just use presets and tweak a few things. So, yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you learned maybe a thing or two along the way. And yes, if you want to pick up your own awesome Voltage Modular shirt or CA2600 or DCO106 shirt or a couple other cool Cherry Audio designs, there are shirts available on Cotton Bureau, I believe is the service. So you can check that out if you want to grab a shirt to play along with PS-20. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. That same scrutinizing face when I listen back to myself. Yeah, no, I'm. I know that feel. You get done and you listen back to it and you're like, this is garbage. I could do so much better. You know, that EQ was wrong, and then you sit there fiddling with a snare for like 6 hours instead of actually getting anything done. That's a very hard habit to break. I still got to remind myself of that a lot, to like just do stuff. Don't think about it. Just make it happen, because most people just don't care. But it's always funny to listen back to your own work and you're like, yes, this is indeed garbage. Awesome stream. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Let's see if there's any other questions or anything we can answer before we go. We do one with the patching side of the synth. There is a tutorial just recently put out talking about using the patch panel and a couple of things with it. But like Voltage Modular, it's one of those tricky things to show and demonstrate because there are a lot of variables involved and there's not necessarily one way to do anything. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. But perhaps there will be some more tutorials in the future on the PS-20 and some patching ideas. But a lot of the stuff that you can do in Voltage Modular does kind of come over here. You just have to understand how to implement it. So with a little bit of give and take, if you have a basic handle on modular synthesis, the PS-20 should be pretty familiar. It just has a couple limitations because it's not like truly modular, but it's also got some more unique features that are, you know, things that you would find on an MS-20. But this one's poly. Cool. Well, hey, thank you again for tuning in, everyone. I hope this was fun. The PS-20 is out right now. You can go pick it up. You can grab a shirt and rock on into the weekend with some big polyphonic PS-20 goodness. So thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye.